What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm going to be playing some rapid chess on chess.com and explaining the thought process. And I'm going to try to focus this time on tactics and what you need to look for. How can you spot them? What are the clues that might be there in the position? And so hopefully we'll get some good examples of that. Before we start, as usual, I'm going to update you on the brilliant move recap from the week or from the last time. And so I actually only have one game to share with you this time. This was the position. It is black to play, and you will notice I only have 3 pawns. White has 4 pawns and the bishop. And normally you would think white would have an advantage in an endgame like that. They have an extra pawn. Bishop is usually very good at covering both sides of the board. But in this particular case, I have one move that is winning. What do you guys think it is? What's up, guys? Good to see you. All right, so if you had a chance to pause and think about that, at the end of the game, the most important thing are passed pawns. Okay, if you can get a pawn past other pawns and become a queen, obviously, right? The problem is if I try to do that, he's just going to take me and take me. The bishop is there. So what I noticed in this position, knight takes h2. We clear that pawn out of the way. Yes, we're going to lose our knight. They didn't actually take me, but if they would have, we're going to lose our knight. But guess what? Now the pawn can push. And if the bishop sacrifices, this pawn is going to become a queen. This king is obviously way too far. So they could go back, but guess what? We just keep pushing. h3. Now we're going to go to h2 and get a queen, and there's no way for the bishop to stop us, and the king is too far. And of course, if this ever tries to push, our king is in a perfect position to stop it. And so there's just nothing for white to do. Knight takes h2 just is the winning move. Okay? So congratulations if you noticed that one. It's always good to be paying attention to passed pawns, even if you have to sacrifice a piece at the endgame. In fact, I would say probably a lot of the times that's how you get through. Sometimes you sacrifice maybe another pawn. In this case, it was sacrificing the piece, but clearing the path sometimes requires a sacrifice. So that's kind of the key takeaway. Okay? All right, here we go. Let's jump into some games. We're going to play rapid games. Let me go to 10 minutes. And here we go. We're 24-47, playing against the 24-46. So in theory, this should be an even matchup. Let's go with the Scandinavian this game. I do like to play the Elephant Gambit from time to time, but I think for right now, we'll just go with this. Okay, this is an annoying line. I don't really like this move, but unfortunately, it's an option. They go all the way back to e2. Yeah, this is interesting. So the point is they are trying to kind of clog up the queen here so your queen can't come out. So they throw in the check so that a piece is blocking you. But I don't think it really bothers me. I can just take back with the knight. So not a big deal. What's up, Rob? Don't usually see you at this time of night. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by to say hello. D4, so they're probably wanting to do this. Okay. Yeah, so it's just kind of weird. Like the bishop doesn't really need to be there. So I think I will just go ahead and take this opportunity to move it. Now my queen is defending and potentially attacking. We have this here. Maybe we can play knight b4 and line up. And so, okay, good. Let's see. How about knight c6? c4, we jump over there. I think I like that. Dun, 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 dun. I'm just thinking, yeah, I think so. All right, so we're going to develop the piece. Yeah, I'm just planning ahead for c4 because if you don't have a plan, you can get into trouble when they start throwing the pawns forward. But I saw that I could probably jump over here, and I think we're okay. I think I'm just going to play e6, just let the bishop out. I don't want to overthink it just yet. Yeah, there's c4, pretty typical. Now we actually have 3 options. Really, we could go back here, we could go here, we could go here. This one doesn't seem quite right, although maybe this is more annoying than I'm giving it. Actually, yeah. So let's see, knight a3. Knight a3 is kind of an awkward square for the knight to be on, to be honest with you. So maybe this is a good move. I was going to say just going back, but now let's do it. Let's do it. I think it's worth it. Because white's obviously not going to let me go here and take their rook, yes. And now their knight is kind of stuck on an awkward square. And you can't easily chase me away because the move that you would do that with is a3, and you can't do that. All right. We have this. It's defended twice. I'm going to keep an eye on that. I'm thinking the bishop needs to go here or here. Maybe just here. And if they try to develop to f4, we can always throw the pawns forward and get a little wild. I think we do that. All right, let's go bishop e7. Thanks, Rob. Take it easy. Have a good night. Okay, they go with bishop e3. Yeah, now I have a really critical decision. Do we castle or do we launch the attack? d5 is not really an issue. At least not at the moment. They might play queen a4 and then d5, but even then we still just take it. So yeah, I think we can get away with this. So this is obviously a very aggressive move, right? I'm not going with the safe castling. I'm keeping my king in the center and throwing the pawns forward. But their king is already there, so I know I'm going to have a target. And the threat is g4, right? Because the knight's not going to be able to go there because of my queen and bishop battery. Here, probably we would just take it. I guess it could go there. Okay, he does go queen a4. And I think, yeah, now we have to consider this, right? Because I'm pinned. So knight e5 is definitely the plan. We could stop that with a move like f6. Also king f8. The nice thing about king f8 is we get away from the pin, and we also get away from the center of the board. We just kind of sit over here. This is not a threat at the moment, and once I play h5, the rook would defend. So I'm really thinking this or this. I don't think we should push, because knight e5 just looks too annoying. You know, I say that. Is it so annoying? Yeah, it is. Because, well, actually, that's interesting. Because this is defended. You know, the more I look at it, the more I'm like, maybe I just let him go there. I don't think it's a big deal. Now, I would like to play h5, because then the rook is supporting all of these squares. Knight e5, f6. If you trade, I just trade. If you push, I just take. Okay, let's go. I don't think I'm missing anything here. I think we can just keep attacking. This is very aggressive, but I like to play this way, so I'm not concerned. Rook here. Okay, so you always want to be careful when there's a low value piece lined up on a high value piece, even if there's pieces in between, because in one quick moment that could change, right? Like d5, they take, or I take, and looks like we would be able to just take. But even then, if you have to take back, you've now put yourself into a pin, they just attack you, and you're going to be in a bad situation. So that's the big threat. So ideally, let's see, what's the best solution to this? Well, suppose I push, what's going to happen? They jump in, obviously. Suppose I play f6 to force the knight to move. They take, I take, d5. We're losing a piece, so unless we have a really strong attack, it's probably not worth it. King f8. To get away from the pin. You know what? I have an idea. Kind of a interesting. Yeah, what if we do this, play f6, and when they take, we don't take with the knight, we take with the pawn because we don't want to get pinned. Ah, okay. Then we can keep attacking. The knight is defended, so that's probably fine. Okay, okay. I could get behind that idea. Let's do that. I like that. So knight e5, I think I'm going to force the issue with f6. I'm pretty sure they have to take. And then we're going to take back with the pawn, not the knight. Because I didn't want to walk into this pin. If it's just a pawn, I don't really care. This is not, you know, if they take something, it's just a pawn, whatever. My knight was going to be a big deal, right? Okay. Now, we still have the problem of how do we actually get to the king? Because even though I've pushed my pawns up here, I've not created any open files yet. So that's my biggest concern. Yeah, they go there anyway. Obviously, we can't take with this pawn. What if I play queen d7? What happens? They take, I take. I don't love that I'm trading queens, but that's one option. If they take, I just move. I could just move my queen, so maybe it's not a huge deal. Maybe we just keep attacking. Let them take. We move the queen. Nah, it seems a little bit... If we take here first, does that benefit me or not? Okay, maybe I need to do it. I didn't love this option, but maybe I have to do it. The endgame doesn't look that bad if we end up trading queens. It doesn't look so awful. Oh, d6. Was not expecting that. Ooh, that's maybe a really good move. Wow, he's cutting off the bishop. Uh-oh. Ooh. Yeah, that's a real good move, isn't it? Did not see that one, guys. If I take, this happens. If I take here, this happens. Okay. I mean, I could sack it for 2 pawns. I might have to do that. Yeah, I'm going to have to sack the knight for 2 pawns, unfortunately. Okay, that was a very good move. I did not consider that. So what we're going to do... What we're going to do is go here. Save our knight. And at least get 2 pawns. It's not ideal, but it's something. And we get to fix our pawn structure. So... Rook c1, I think we can defend, or let's see, if we try to defend, this is going to be hanging. If we play c5, bishop b5 wins immediately. We can go back here. Eesh. This is ugly. This is very ugly. Okay, I'm going to try to defend. I think we're just getting outplayed here. Like, every move is a surprise for me. That's not good. d6 was great. I'm noticing stuff now too with like bishop b5, and this is weak, and the knight's coming in here. I guess here we do have d5. And the problem is that white's attack was just happening so fast. Ooh, bishop c5. Wow. Yeah, this guy is... So if we push, we're losing a pawn. If we go back, I guess we can try that. Yeah. Okay, maybe now d5. Okay. Here we have it covered. Here I move my bishop somewhere. Maybe sink it in the middle. f3 we can always take, and then I'm happy. Okay. Oh, that's how he's going to attack. Yikes. I can't defend this, guys. If we go here, it's just gonna get traded. Knight b6. Yeah, we're just lost. I have nothing. Maybe my plan of pushing the pawns was bad. I don't know. I don't really know what to say. He's gonna take this, I'm pretty sure. I guess he could trade here. But that actually... No, they could even do that if they wanted to. Yeah, white can basically do whatever they want. Queen b3. All these moves I'm just not expecting. Queen b3? Why didn't they just take it? What was I missing? Was I missing something? What is happening? Oh my goodness, guys. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna resign. This is just awful here. Okay. Well, I don't know. I just got destroyed. Okay. Let's see. What did we do? Yeah, Stockfish doesn't like it. Why is it labeling it as a miss? It's literally the engine move. It says Queen A4. Stockfish is weird. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, D5 apparently was better right here. Yeah, my plan was just really bad. I just had a bad plan. Their attack was just so much faster. Yeah, D6 was a great move. Did not see that one at all. And then rook AC1, bishop C5. Like, yeah, I just didn't see any of this stuff. Okay. Videos on pre-moving during time scrambles. Do you have a particular set of pre-moves you do often with the rook when low on time? That's a good question. I wouldn't say I have a... Okay, well, let me pull up an analysis board. That's a good question. The only time that I would say I have like a set of moves that I play is like if it's a situation like when you have a queen and a rook, right? And you know you're going to do a ladder mate. This is probably the most common one where you would just pre-move, pre-move, pre-move. You know the king is here. It's going to be forced over. You know it's going to be checkmate. That's kind of the only one. The other ones you have to just keep kind of pay attention to what's going on. I will say you have to be careful when you're doing this one. If the king is, for example, let's see. Yeah, if I pre-move this, where I go here, he goes here, I go here. Actually, no, this is not a stalemate. If it's the other way, sorry, let me... So if I pre-move it, I go here, he goes here, I go here. That is a stalemate, right? The queen, the rook, king is not in check, cannot move. So you do have to be careful when you're trying to checkmate that way, right? Watch out for the stalemate. So that's one thing to be cautious of. Usually what pre-moves look like are you look for safe moves. So for let's put some pieces on the board. Like, let's say we have, you know, a position where we're in the lead, but we don't want to throw it. I don't know, something like this. Okay, so it's our turn. We're really low on time. What are we going to do? They're in check. Let's go put in there. What are we going to do? I'm looking for moves that are safe moves that I can pre-move. So in this position, this is a safe pre-move, right? It's a check. It's putting my rook next to my king where it's defended. I know for a fact that anything that black does, any move, this is going to be okay. Worst case scenario, even if they surprise me and take this pawn, this is still an okay move. It's going to force a trade, right? So even if I get surprised by that. Or if they like try to take here and it's a check, so it's fine. Now I'm going to be able to next move take their rook, right? So you look for moves like that where anything that they do, you're going to be fine. Yeah, you don't always have that, right? But if you do, that's what you want to look for. So let's say I pre-move this and they did like they went here, they're in check, they move here. Again, I'm going to be looking for a safe pre-move, maybe pushing this pawn up. Worst case scenario, they surprise me and you know take this, I lose a pawn or something, right? What you don't want to be doing are moves like, let me see if I can find one. Let's say back in this position, if I pre-move going here, right? That doesn't make any sense because this might be a very logical move from black, right? So if I pre-move this and they move here, I just lost my rook and I lost the game. So that's a move you definitely don't want to do. Keep it close to your king, right? Keep it where it's defended. Only move pieces that you don't, if you lose them, it's not the end of the world. Things like that. So that's kind of what goes through my mind when I'm pre-moving. If we get an opportunity in one of these games here with time pressure, I'll try to recap that maybe after the game. Good question. It's a good question. All right, let's see if we can play a bit better. We'll try a Smith-Morra. Oh, how nice. How nice of them to accept it. Bishop to b4. I don't know if I've looked at these lines yet, guys. Bishop to b4. What am I supposed to do against bishop to b4? Well, I think you can't go wrong with castling. So let's castle. That's got to be an okay move. What's the drawback of this move? Well, you don't have anything here. So I'm pretty sure we should do this. And even though we might lose time, yes, this is, I think, a weakening move. Because look at my bishop. Now my bishop is much more powerful along this diagonal. So I'm probably just going to go back. Maybe here, and we think about sneaking in. Yeah, and it's the same thing. If they try to push again to chase the bishop, well, guess what? Now you've totally opened up this guy. So I'm eyeing this square. I think this is an important... Yeah, we can even do it now. We can even do it now. Now we would be trading... But then we've got the queen in a really annoying spot. The other thing that we could do... Ooh, knight to b5, actually. And I'm still planning on going there. Let's see. If you played d5 on me, though, what's going to happen? d5 might be an annoying move. Yes, it would be very annoying. I think we should do it. I think we have to blockade this guy now. Okay, let's go. The reason this is so annoying for black is because this pawn is stopping this bishop, which is stopping this rook. So it's bottling up all of their pieces. They take me. Okay, I take back. Yeah, now I'm really happy. Now I'm real happy. I get to keep my bishop here, and you're just stuck. Well, this has got to be bad for black. It's got to be really bad. The question now for us is, how do we proceed? I'm thinking about just moving the queen up. Because I don't know. I just want to like get my rooks on the open files. This is not a good move for black. Can anybody tell me why? Since we're working on our tactics, why is 95 a bad move for black? Because you leave your knight undefended. And even though you're attacking my queen, all I have to do is trade first. And then I take your knight, so you cannot go there. Okay. They want to play b5. That's fine, I think. We could stop it, actually. Yeah, we'll stop it. Why not? Why not? Okay. I'm thinking we move our knight and we throw the f-pawn forward and we take advantage of this. That's what I'm thinking we do. They do have 95, though, if I go there. 95's a problem. Okay, so let's just be patient. Let's wait. Think about a different solution here. Yeah, we can't allow that move. Okay. All right, new plan. I'll just put my rook here. Put my rook on the open file. Right. Now I'm regretting putting my queen here, actually. I wish it was on a different square because of this 95 move. Let's go here. I want to get away from this fork. I don't like this fork at all. Especially now that there's two knights that can go there. It's very likely they were going to do that. I didn't want to lose my bishop. So, okay. We did that. I think we should trade this. Let's trade that, and then I'll move my bishop probably back here. I like to put my bishops, if there's a knight attacking a bishop, I a lot of times like to just drop back where it's covering all the squares the knight could go to. Can I play the French attack? Oh, chess mood opening. We can try it. We'll try it next game. I haven't played that in a while, so I'm going to be rusty on the lines, but we can try it. The only thing I'm thinking is this diagonal does look a little bit good. Now let's go here. I think this is fine. Because now if I play f4, notice the knight is totally stopped by my bishop. Well, that's where he wanted to go. Okay, let's go here with a tempo. Uh-huh. He's really trying to play this move. We have to stop that if we can. Let's see. Rook b1 looks good. d5 though, no, he can't play d5 now. d6 is a big weakness. Okay, so he can't actually play it yet. So let's go rook b1. Just getting all the rooks involved. That looks like a weakness to me, guys. Even just moving this. How's he going to defend it? Rook b8. Gotta be really careful there. Rook b8. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to go back. So we're threatening the pawn. I expect this move. By the way, this guy's playing like a blitz game. He hasn't thought for any amount of time the whole game. Okay. Okay, hold on. Should I play a waiting move? I'm thinking about playing a waiting move. Actually, you know what I could do? I could also just double up. I could just double up here. Let's double up. I like that better than a waiting move. This is just a really nice target. It's very hard for black to deal with this. You've got two pieces. I don't see how the knight's going to defend it easily and quickly. I don't see how the bishop's going to defend it because it's on the wrong color. I don't see how this, so I don't really see how they're going to save their pawn. Okay, so they're going to just give it to me. Because they want this pawn. So my options are defend that or ignore it and take both of these for this pawn. Trade queens, they take here. I take here, but then their rook might come in. I don't think I want to let the rook come in, so let's defend it. Because I don't think this is going anywhere, this pawn, as far as I can tell. Uh-huh. So what's going on here? Think we just defend it? A5, what's happening if I pin this? Or even just go to D4. Okay. That looks okay. They're going to play a5. And I think I'm going to go here. If they push, then we just go back to c4. We've now opened up this diagonal for the bishop in the future. That looks pretty good. d5. Okay, was not expecting that. I think I should trade these bishops, actually. Their bishop looks better than mine. Maybe we just trade it. Let's go there. Okay. Unfortunately, we lose the target, but now I like my bishop against their knight, I think. Although if it gets to c4, maybe I wouldn't think that way. We can always trade it. All right, let's see. Which way do we take? That's the question. Queen looks like we lose the pawn, so I guess I should take this way. If they go e5, oh, knight e5. That looks like a mistake, but let's see. Yeah, so when you're looking for tactics, you always want to be, you know, aware of the pieces that are on the same files and diagonals that you have either, like, I have the color bishop of that diagonal, so I'm paying attention. It looks like they just blundered this. Unless they're thinking knight c4. Let's see, knight c4. Can they actually play knight c4? I get a queen, they get a queen. I get a rook, they get a rook. Really? Oh, I get a queen, they get a queen. No, I get a knight. No, they can't play it. Okay. I was seeing ghosts there for a second. They can't play it. So yeah, we're going to just win the exchange here. So that's good. They blundered this. Oh. Or did I blunder this? Queen d4, rook d4. I like queen d4. So now I can take, and actually my queen is going to be attacking their queen. They wouldn't even be able to take me back. And if they move the knight, we're taking the rook. It's getting complicated, but I think this is good for us. And we're getting low on time, so we might get to see some pre-moves in this game. And obviously, if there's captures that you need to retake something, you pre-move it, right? In this position, there are no obvious captures that my opponent would play. I mean, like this, for example, I would, do that. Oh, okay. So you now have to decide, do we take this or do we take the rook? I think we take the rook. This looks like a fork, kind of. They can still defend. We'll go there. You have a knight and 2 pawns for the rook. That's decent compensation, actually. Okay. So this is a safe pre-move, right? I know what they're going to do. I know they're going to take back my queen. So I'm pre-moving my rook to a safe square. That's what I want to do. Well, I don't know why they're not taking it back. They might be thinking what they're going to do afterwards, but I'm not exactly sure. Or they got disconnected. Did they get disconnected? They're losing bars. Might have disconnected. So like here, you have to be really careful pre-moving against a knight. It's just not always safe, and so I'm not going to do it just yet. Like I want to go here, but I'm not going to pre-move that in case they for some reason decide to stop me. Okay, they didn't. So now I'm threatening checkmate. They're going to go here. I'm going to try to get my pawn here to keep the king trapped. Because what I want to do is get both of my rooks back here with the pawn here, the king here, and I checkmate. You guys see that? Checkmate. If they ever push this, they're still going to be checkmate. So that's the threat. This. Now they're going to come up with some way to stop it. They might even just play like h5. No, they go for that instead. Okay. I'm going to go around this way. Or at least try to. Okay, maybe here. Here I can get in. But I'm not going to pre-move that because I don't know if they're going to move here, if they're going to move here. I don't know what they're going to do. So I can't pre-move it, unfortunately. Yeah, see that? That's why you don't pre-move stuff like that, because you would have just lost the game. So annoying. How do we get the other rook down there? Let's see. How do we do it? I guess I can go back now because if they try the same strategy, I take their pawn. So I am threatening to go here now. Okay. Okay. See, this is probably a safe pre-move. Actually, I shouldn't. This one maybe is, but I don't want to go there. I have to wait. I'd like to check first and then go here so that the king is here, I think. Oh, they're going to take my pawn. Okay, let's defend it. We need that pawn there. Okay. Oh no, I didn't see that. Didn't see that. Can't take it. Oh boy. I'm losing this game, I think. I think I'm going to lose on time. Or just not be able to stop the pawns. I forgot they could do that. Okay, they're going to get this. We do have a check, but that doesn't really help me much. I have to watch out for this fork. Okay. Got that. Trying to get this pawn. Let's see, here. Yeah, that's safe. That's safe. Ooh. Oh, man. That's a great move. That's a great move. Yeah, it didn't even matter about the time. I was just lost on the position. I was lost on the board. Man. What was happening tonight? Okay, let's see what I was supposed to do against Bishop B4. Actually, I have the book. So we'll use it. I have Esserman's book. Let me see what chapter this is, Bishop B4. I don't think I've gotten there yet. Yeah, I'm a couple chapters away from it. That's why I didn't know what to do, because I haven't looked at it yet. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. All right, this is going to have to be another time. It's a little bit more than I want to just get into at this moment. Okay, we'll do it later. Sorry about that, guys. But I think bishop g5 is actually a good move. Let's see. Yeah, I think Stockfish likes bishop g5. And knight b5. So why didn't I play knight b5? I was worried about d5. Apparently, we just take it and go back. So I should have played knight b5. Okay. For next time. The game against back ranked. Let's see. Yeah, we'll pull it up. Back ranked. Okay, why can't I find the game? There we go, there we go. So you're saying I was pre-moving in this one. Let's see. Oh, was this the one? Oh, this is the game where I got flagged. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yes. You're talking about this thing. It's the same idea. Like, you want to look for safe pre-moves and make them when you can. So obviously a check is going to be a safe one. And as long as the king is not close enough to my rook, I know I can just go somewhere else next. So that's safe. Right here, obviously you can't pre-move one of these moves because you don't know where the king's going to go. So I probably pre-moved like over here. Yeah, it wasn't actually a pre-move. I should have pre-moved. But a safe place, right? Next to the king. And then this one was just like, you know they're going to check you. Everybody checks you when you're low on time. So you know it's going to happen. So you can pre-move here. And the other thing that's important about this is if they decided to take me, this would be an illegal move, right? So it's a safe pre-move because that the only reason I could be able to go there is if they didn't take my rook. So like, you know, don't pre-move. Let me think. Like here, I guess, or I don't know. What am I trying to think? Yeah, basically just if they happen to take you, you want to be covered. And then let's see, what did I do here? Yeah, same thing. This is a safe pre-move. It's close to my king. Wherever they move their rook, I know this is going to be fine. Yeah, just trying to avoid the checks and keep the king and the rook close. That's really all it is. Like, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Like here, you have to be really careful. Whenever the king is touching the rook, there's always going to be checks. And so I was trying to get away from that. That's why I went all the way over here. Okay. All right. Let's go back to this one real quick. I don't think we played a bad game. I think they just played really well. I thought my position here was pretty solid. Yeah, Stockfish agrees with me. I did have an advantage here. I just didn't see exactly what to do. Yeah, so Stockfish says you should have taken it. You should have gone for this and taken the pawn, which I was going to do. I was just thinking, like, the rook's going to come down. I guess it's not a big deal. I just move. And then I just move somewhere. It's not a big deal. And I have this annoying passed a pawn. So that's what I should have done. F3 was a mistake. I missed bishop c6. I did miss this. Then I had to start doing stuff I didn't want to do, like moving my rook around. And then here I thought they blundered. Yeah, they did blunder. Yep, they did blunder. It's just not that simple with no time on the clock. I had to play f4. f4 was the key move here. Just to win this pawn. Win this pawn. So I guess just kind of move faster is one thing. And then let's see, hold on. Stockfish says you go rook b1. And when they go here, you attack this. And I'm getting through. What happened in the game? Ah, they were able to come over here and hunt the pawn down. So I had to do it at just the right time before the knight came over and hunted the pawn. This was the moment. Okay. All right. No, I do not play that version. All right, let's try this again. Are they going to accept it? Let's see. No. Okay. Bishop b5 or just take here? Let's go bishop b5. Yeah, I know. I couldn't even tell you which version the Taimanov Sicilian is. I do not play that. All right, I mean, I'm just trying to attack the pawn on e5 here. That's it. It's like they're going to give it to me. What's the idea? Takes, takes, takes. What are they going to do? Queen e7, maybe? Then I could just take. I don't see it. What is it? What is it? I don't see it. Queen e7, I just take. Can't go there. Oh, they're just going to give it to me. Interesting. All right. I think we want to just castle. They're not going to take this. There's no way, because once I get my rook on e1, they're going to be in trouble. So we will castle. If I take, they take with the bishop. I go back. They take with the queen. That's fine. All right, let's take. $2 for Stafford Gambit at some point. I don't really play the Stafford Gambit, but I could try. I'm not Eric Rosen. I'll tell you that. So I think... How are we not up a pawn? For some reason, I thought I was going to be up a pawn. How am I not up a pawn? 3-6 through... I don't know why I'm not up a pawn. Okay. Anyway, it's even. I guess because they never actually let me take back the extra pawn here. I only took it on e5, and then we just traded. Okay. Let's see. Bishop g5, just develop the pieces. Bring the rooks to the open file. Looks good. Looks good to me. So I'm trying to scan the board for like weaknesses. Black doesn't really have too many. You could say maybe this square is a weakness. Like if I could land a knight in there or something. So I'm just keeping an eye on that for now. Don't really want to disconnect my pawns if possible, but we have to also be careful that we don't just lose this pawn. So I might not have a choice here. Actually, they can't even take it because the knight's hanging, so I don't have to worry about it just at the moment. Maybe here to defend and also could be used to double up the rooks. Trying to avoid places where the knight could hit me too. So I didn't want to go rook d3 because the knight could just jump in and start hitting everything. So this seemed like a smart way. Like I said, they can't take this because the bishop is defending the knight. Okay, there's the knight. So maybe we go bishop d6 now to put pressure on this. Because they want to trade and then take here. Yeah, but I'm going to... Actually, hold on. If I take, they take. I go rook b1. They move their bishop. I take, they take. Probably fine. We take this too. So we could do that. The other option is we take here. The knight's going to move. That doesn't look as good, does it? Let's take this one. They don't have to take. They could just move their bishop. They're going to go for it. Okay, so here we go. We come over. We take this. If they take, I take. If they don't, I push my pawn somewhere. Okay, there you go. Let's see, which way do we take? I think this way. So we're forking these pieces, so they're going to trade. So, okay, this is a target. This is a target. So my plan is essentially going to be, can I win that pawn and at the same time not lose any of my pawns? It's going to be very easy for me to hold on to these. This one, probably not too big of a deal. E5. Maybe we'll do that later. Let's go here first. Of course, you should be paying attention to this back rank. Now, I'm not that worried. I have a rook e1 I can block, but ideally, I'd like a space for my king. I'm going to move one of these pawns probably. Although e5 looks like a really annoying move. It's going to push this bishop all the way back. I'm definitely thinking about this one. The problem is check. Here, takes, take. Yeah, they take it. Let's just do that. Now my king has a place to go. I don't have to worry about any shenanigans. We can just go like this. Bishop can't stop me because my knight. I'm threatening e5, which I can do next move. Well, not now, but soon I will be able to. How about here? Now I can go e5, bring my rook here, and then use my knight, hopefully, and win this pawn. That's the plan, anyway. If we win that pawn, it's probably still a draw, but at least we will be the one who has winning chances with the 4 against 3. The reason I say it's probably a draw is because at some point I'm going to have to push the pawns, trade some of them off, and then whatever I have left, black could just sacrifice, and even though they might lose a piece, I'm not going to have any pawns to get a queen, and I'm not going to have enough to checkmate. Probably. But you never know. With the time pressure, there's no increment. Who knows? So step 1, though, is going to be, can we win the pawn? Okay, well, I think we should start with e5 to really just limit what this bishop can do. So let's go ahead with that. And also it supports my bishop. That looks great. I'm going to go here. I think we can go here next. Okay, they threw in a random check. Not sure why. So I'm targeting this. I'm going to play knight d4. All my pieces are kind of set up perfectly to win this pawn. I guess they can go bishop d5 and rook a6. But if they do that, we have succeeded in putting them on the defensive, which I am happy about. I love to see a rook guarding a pawn like that. So I don't think they were going to want to do that. Unless it's the last resort. Oh, that's clever. You guys see that? Check, I block, checkmate. Isn't that something? Okay, so we do need to stop that. Very sneaky move. That's why they wanted to go check. I think I could just go here though. Yeah, I just go here. I get away from all those shenanigans. But you got to pay attention because that's a very easy one to fall into, right? You take the pawn and then all of a sudden you're getting mated. This is good though. This is great. My king is very safe. There's no rook checks here. Bishop can't do anything. This is defended. If they try to come behind, we just block off the bishop. We play something like f3. Yeah, probably just f3. And I think we are in great shape. I'm definitely thinking we're headed towards a 4 against 3 ending. My plan would be trade the rooks and then keep the pieces and maybe make something happen. I don't know. Okay, what's the idea here? They want to go check or check. If I take check. Oh, this guy is so clever. Check would line up in this rook. Wow. Okay. Okay. What a move, huh? I might have to temporarily pause until I get rid of this bishop. Then I can probably go back to attacking this. But he's got some actual threats here that are pretty annoying. But once I get either f4 or h4 in, and the bishop has to go all the way back, I think... Yeah, probably f4. I think those tricks won't be there anymore. As far as I can tell, anyway. Okay. This guy's doing a good job, though, of being aggressive and not just accepting a passive defensive position, which is what you do, which is what you want to do at endgame. You don't want to just be defensive. So they're doing a good job. Okay, so the bishop is now over there. I'm wondering if I should maybe relocate this knight somewhere. It's already pretty good. But I don't like that it's being attacked. Yeah, maybe we put it here. Then it's threatening to trade for the bishop. Also hitting the pawn, and the rook can't threaten it as much. Here, and then we're hitting the pawn. This is, by the way, this is typical for endgames. At a higher level, you have to do a lot of maneuvering and trying different things, sometimes to just win a pawn. And it's like, that's only phase 1 of like multiple phases of winning an endgame. And you sometimes even just like the first phase, you know, it takes a while and you have to keep trying. So that's what's going on. And I'm hoping that eventually I'll get the pawn and then we can move on to phase 2, which is maybe try to trade some pieces and then push our pawns. Oh. Oh, did I? And then there's just blunders. We just lost. Oh my goodness, guys. Do I even have any tricks? Do I even have a way to save this position? Let's see. And I wasn't even thinking of this. Okay, if let's see, I can defend the rook, but then he's got a fork, and I'm going to lose a piece there regardless. So we don't want to do that. Man, that one hurts. That one really hurts. Okay. Yeah, I have nothing. I have no tricks. There's nothing. It's just a free piece. All right. We have to play fast and try to get a draw. Only thing to do, because black still has to figure out how to win, even though they have the piece. But I did not see that at all. This guy is so tricky. I can't take it because of check, wins my rook. Are you kidding me? This guy is full of all kinds of stuff. Wow. When you're losing in a position like this, usually you just want to try to wait around as much as you can. Just wait and make your opponent beat you. I don't know if I'm going to be able to wait here. Let's see, check. He wants to go here. I'm going to give up this pawn so that I don't have to worry about that, because that's the big threat. So we'll just give up the pawn and just wait. At least try to wait. Yeah, wow. Uh-oh, Chrome just crashed on me. Wonder if I'm still alive. Let me close some windows here. Am I still live? I don't know. Uh-oh. Is it? Am I still there? Okay, good. Thanks, guys. All right. I mean, I should probably just give up here. Yeah, okay. Helped you to 1324. Nice. Do I consider myself a positional or tactical player? Definitely tactical. At least I try to be. I'm not bad at positional chess, I think. I just don't enjoy it as much as tactical stuff. I'm probably kind of just average at everything. I'm not like super great at one or the other. Oh boy, guys. Have I lost every game tonight? 96? $96? Well, no wonder we lost. What are you gonna do? I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, I knew they were a good player at the end here when they were coming up with all of these tricky things. Yeah, like this idea here was pretty clever. This was pretty clever. This was pretty clever. Like they were just everything. Then I blundered the knight. Oh boy. All right, somebody said French defense. Let's try it. Oh, sorry. I was gonna do it, but this is not the French. This is the Queen's Gambit decline. So, yeah. And G3. What can I say? Let's do a stonewall. We'll do a stonewall against this. It's usually pretty good against the fianchetto bishop. Wait, the guy had 6 accounts? Oh, okay. So we played a cheater. All right. I mean, it sort of seemed like it, so okay. So stonewall. What am I doing in the stonewall? It's been so long since I played this. Let's put the bishop here. Stonewall, you put all your pawns like this, which is nice against the fianchetto bishop here because it sort of blunts the effectiveness. And then a lot of times we'll castle and attack on the king side. We can use this for a rook, or a queen can sneak over. We can bring another knight here if we want. The problem with the stonewall is this bishop is a bad bishop. Okay, I think they might want to go here. I'm pretty sure stopping that is a good move. I'm pretty sure stopping them from going there is a good move. So let's do that first. Okay, now we can castle. So the bishop is stuck behind the pawns, right? But what we can do, which I think I will do right now, is a little maneuver over here. So let's go ahead and just get the ball rolling. It's very slow, but when you're playing in a stonewall, usually you have time because nothing's really happening in the center. White's not really threatening anything, and so you can do a slow plan like this. Okay, brings the knight back. I don't think I care too much. Let's keep going. Here we go. And you're trying to get over here where you can either trade it for a knight or you can start attacking stuff. It's just a nice square for the bit. It actually does something over there. Here, it's like, what is it doing? It's not doing anything, right? Now, if they play f3, I'm pretty sure we sack. Because what happens is the dark squares, see that, are totally controlled, and we just go here and checkmate, right? It's going to be very difficult for them to stop that. So I don't think they can play f3. So why did they go here is kind of the question, I guess. Oh, we will find out. I guess we will find out why they went there. Because if you wanted to go to e5, you could have just gone to e5. Oh, they take me. Okay. Almost always in the Stonewall, you're going to take back this way. Oh, so they did want to play f3. They just noticed that I could do that, so they decided to trade first, and now they're going to do it. Interesting. Okay. So what are my options here, guys? Option one, let's say we bring the bishop to defend. If they take and I trade, if they take with the bishop, I'm happy I get to jump in here. So you'd have to take with the king, which seems a bit, I don't know, weird. Like, can I do some, let's see, check. Really wish my knight was in the game. The other option is we push to try to keep this bishop trapped. I don't know. I kind of like this. Okay, bishop g6 takes, trade the rooks. I just don't know what the follow-up is. Their king is on f1, though. What if I just develop and get ready to bring the rook over? They're pinned, so they can't actually move. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do that. I like this one. Because it puts their king on a vulnerable square. Of course, they can move, but that takes some time. And meanwhile, I'm going to be able to hopefully get my knight and rook into the game. But if they don't take me, then they're really in trouble. Because look at this knight. Knight cannot move anywhere. Bishop is stuck. Rook is trapped. Like, all the pieces are just kind of stuck. So I think they kind of have to try this. But what do I know? All I know is how to lose tonight. Okay, the question now that I have is, where do I bring my knight to? Where do I bring the knight to? I think we can't do this, because if they play a3, like, why did I go there, right? This way, at least I have a future. I have a future somewhere. So we're threatening to bring the rook over. I might go queen g5 first, though, because then we have a very nasty queen-rook combo. If they ever try to bring the knight out, this is going to happen. You can't move this pawn because it's pinned. If you move your queen away from the pin, then I'll just take it. White seems to be in a pickle. Previous opponent gained 938 elo in the past 30 days. Oh. All right, let's. I'll look him up. I'll look him up over here on the side monitor. Whoa. 96, 94, 95. And then 66 in a 3-minute game. Uh-huh. Oh, they're rated not 1081 in blitz and 1200 in bullet. So we did lose to Stockfish. That's the worst, guys. Like, I was really trying, mentally draining myself, and then you lose to Stockfish. It's so frustrating. It really is. I think we take the pawn and get rid of the bishop, and then this king is kind of weak. He stopped me from going queen g5, but this still looks pretty good. So that bad bishop actually ends up getting traded for this bishop, and all of a sudden, look at white's king. It looks really weak. Played the third best move twice to keep it fair. Yeah. Just to give me a a glimmer of hope that maybe I can get a draw. Oh, there's going to be some people that say, no, Nelson, you just blundered. You blundered your rook and your knight. It's your own fault. Don't blame Stockfish. Let's see. I think we just bring the rook. I mean, that can't be wrong, right? Or could it be wrong? I don't see how it could be wrong, but maybe. And now I would like to go here. Let's see. We're threatening this. Queen moves. Maybe I should bring the knight first. E5 is interesting. Trying to get this. Yeah, E5 kind of opens things up nicely, doesn't it? Knight here, we want to jump to G4. Rook F1, Knight G4 takes. I like that, actually. Okay, let's do that. I don't know. E5 also looked pretty reasonable. Queen F7, I just thought they were going to go here. And then I didn't see a follow-up. This looks very tempting. They can't play H3 to stop me because of the pawn. So how do you stop this? Knight E3? I don't know. Then my knight's coming over here so we can sack and get to the king. Yeah, I think this is going pretty well. They're 1,800 puzzles. Clearly not a cheater. Yes. Oh. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go Knight G4. And then I'm going to take back. And I have a big threat. How are they going to stop it? How do you stop this? You can't do that. I will play something like E3 and take it. You could go here, but then I'm probably still going to play E3 and look at this square. So yeah, E3, Queen F2, big threats. Big threats. Ooh. Even sacking this and coming in with the queen is a big threat, depending on where they go, of course. Well, let's see. I think we're winning. I think we're winning this game. Okay, so they're stopping it, but we do have E3. Now, the question is this a problem for us? No, I don't believe so. Check, takes, check here. Check, takes, check here. Whew. Okay, I guess it's good enough. The only other thing I might consider would be Bishop B4. Wait a minute. Let's see. Queen F1. Takes check. We win the pawn right there. Huh. Is that better? So here, the only move I could possibly think they could play would be Bishop E C1. Check. They have to take me. Do they have to take me? Actually, maybe they don't have to take me. They probably would take me. Actually, maybe this is better. Maybe this is the way. Just take the pawn right away. Nice and simple. Because they cannot let me go here, which means they have to play Queen F1, which means I have the option to trade and win this pawn. Don't know if that's guaranteed win in the end game, but it's a good start. Because once you get that pawn, then this is weak. We may end up actually winning both pawns when all is said and done. Although I need to report the last opponent. I didn't do it yet because I didn't check their account. But now that I see it, it is pretty obvious. Okay. Mr. 1000 rated blitz player. Here we go. Take that. Check. Only move to go back here. All right. So we have this. We're going to go here. We're going to take it, ideally. Unless they stop me. We have king here. We could push the pawn. Yeah, we're in good shape. Even though we have double isolated pawns, they're on white squares, so the bishop can't touch them. The knight's not actually in a position to really do much, except attack this one, but that's easy. Just move the king. And then this is a real weakness. And if we get that, we've got two connected pawns ready to go. Okay, let's defend. Now, I could sort of trap that bishop. Very tempting. But then it does become a potential target. The other thing is just go here. And try to play like g5 and take this. I guess there's knight h5. It is going to be a little tricky. It is going to be a little tricky. You know what? This is going to be annoying enough. I think we should do it. And I have bishop d2 actually to make this guy leave. So we're going to do that. We're going to plant these deep in enemy territory. And then we're going to look to jump the knight around and cause even more problems. Yes, I'm liking where this is going. So the bishop's going here. Knight is coming in and like this, hitting this, over here, hitting this, hitting this. Just attacking everything. So bishop comes in. Of course, they can't take me because then we get a queen. Bishop doesn't really have much going for it. I think we jump in. Even if they try to stop me, I can loop around this way. This is such a weird position. This is very funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just up one pawn, but it feels like I might be up more pawns. Because this is so weak. They're going to flag too. Oh, they just resigned. Wow. Okay. I mean, maybe a little early to resign, but we did have a big advantage. So, okay. 92. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But I mean, it's like -1 and they resigned. Like, that seems way early to me. Yes, you're losing, but that's just way early. Like, just keep playing. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. I thought they were going to go here. I was going to probably move here. Yeah, see, I hardly have an advantage. Stockfish is like 93. If I go here, they bring their bishop. If I attack them, they go back. And even though I can win this pawn, they get to jump in and start taking my stuff. And yet, look at that. White's already slight advantage. Like, just from that little trade. So they definitely should have kept going. Okay, we got to win. I did report the previous opponent. Hopefully we get the points back soon. Very sad. I don't understand why people do that, but you love the Chess Academy. We just need one more plan for being black when white starts with a queen pawn opening. Black MIDDLEGAME Gambit and Bullet is so much fun. Nice. Good. Thanks. Yeah. I'm working on some stuff right now, actually, where some new openings, well, I can't say too much. I won't spoil it, but we've got some cool stuff coming soon. So, but I appreciate the feedback. All right, here we go, folks. Next game. It's so much nicer to play against human beings than chess engines. Okay, let's try again. We'll try the... You can't play the French against the... it's just not the French. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? What am I going to do? Actually, hold on. What am I going to do? I'm going to play something weird. I'm going to play knight c6. I don't know why. I'm going to just play this 2 knights opening. What is this called? This isn't called anything. Ooh, let's play h5. I'm just feeling... what's the word? Crazy? Is it the word crazy? I don't know. Maybe I'm feeling crazy. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. That's fine. d5. Let's go. Sometimes you just got to take them out of their comfort zone. No, you can't play the French against the English because it's... I mean, it's not the French. It's a different opening. You can play e6, d5. But if they play like d4, it's a Queen's Gambit declined, which is just totally different. So I think we just trade this off. Actually, do I want to trade that off? Let's see if we can hunt this bishop. Yeah. Now we're talking, guys. How about again? How about one more time? Well, there's even this crazy move that I'm thinking about. Nah, I better not do that. Okay. Let's just let me think. There's a check. I have to be a little careful, but I have c6. Ooh, if I go here, I get... Ooh, that would be bad. Okay. This has to be the one. You guys saw that, right? If I go 95, check, and goodbye to my knight. This way, it's defended. If I can just play c6 and be happy. Be right back. All right. It seemed like a good time for the bathroom gambit, so I went for it. I wanted the bishop. I'm going to take the bishop. All right. Pop quiz. Should I go for this check or not? What do you guys think? You know, I was actually going to say no because then my knight is trapped and I'm going to lose my knight. But then I was thinking I could take here, play h3. But they could even just take the knight. Yeah, no, we can't do that. There's also this one, which is interesting. The rook moves h3. We have this really dangerous pawn. It's probably not worth it, but I'm considering it. You guys know I'm considering it. Alternative, just move the knight and the game goes on. Actually, no, I can't. What am I even saying? I can't do that. The rook just takes me. No. Okay. Definitely can't do that. All right. I am just not having a great night of chess. Let's go back here. I'm just like missing all kinds of stuff. I thought that I was going to get this position where the rook has to retreat and I could push my pawn to h3. That's a different story. But they just take me. You just take me. It's defended by the knight. I have nothing. So yeah, definitely not a good plan. The nice thing about what I've done, though, I will tell you this. This game right now looks nothing, and I do mean nothing like what an English opening that starts with these moves, looks nothing like what most games look like from that. So from that standpoint, and look at this, he's castles. Well, now I'm considering it again. How about f5? Just f5 and just say, look, I'm just going to take it. Let's go. We're not messing around this game. We're going for the king. If they take, I take, and my bishop is coming through. If they don't take, I'm going to take. If they push, I'm probably going to push by and then come in this way with the bishop. So however you look at it, we're going to get to this king, I think. What I have found is that usually when I play games like this that are just so wild and crazy, is that the accuracy scores for both players are really low. So like a normal game where it's kind of familiar territory, you know, two strong players, you might see like between 80 and 90 something, like 80 to 92 with good players with the opening they're familiar with. Usually when you play games like this, it's like 60, 70 accuracy usually the winning side has, just because it's so crazy. So we'll see if that holds up to this game. Like I'd be happy with like an 85 accuracy if we can get that. Okay, so do I do it now or do I play this first and prepare that later? I'm going to do it now because I want to just immediately attack this. They're probably going to go king h2, which is fine. King g2, fine. And now I'll go here. And I'm threatening this. Now, of course, the knight is defending it, but we might even have queen d7 check, king moves, queen comes in. They can go to h2 though, but still, that's... I'm going to keep my eye on this very carefully, guys, because... yeah, it doesn't work quite yet, but if we get a few more pieces in there, maybe we can. Put the bishop here, maybe we sack that, we castle, the rook somehow can come in. Oh, even there's this. That's another way. By the way, guys, I added something in the description of this live stream. It's a free middle game guide where it gives you like 10 just things to pay attention for in the middle game that'll help you like come up with ideas. And so if you want to get that, it's free. I put the link in the description. Okay, what's going on? What's going on? So he's trying to counterattack, which is smart. My plan is going to be bishop d6. If you take me, I take you. If you take here, boom. Let's go. Bishop d6. I wanted to do it anyway. Still keeping an eye. Okay. Okay. I really just want to do it, guys. I really just want to do it. I don't know if it's smart. I could also just play here in queen d7, and that's pretty good too, I guess. Oh. The problem with me is I have no ability to hold myself back when I see a move like this. I just Can't do it. I mean, obviously there's no immediate follow-up. But I still want to do it. Okay, I probably shouldn't do it. I really shouldn't. I should go here. This is definitely the best move. At least I think. Either that or I just passed up a brilliant opportunity. Okay, so if they take me, I'm taking with the knight. And they can't take me because of this check, which is bad news for them. Ah, but they have bishop f4. See, now the opportunity is going to be gone, isn't it? Actually, no. Wait a second. Bishop e4 might be a threat here. So takes bishop e4. If you take with the queen, I take here check. The knight is pinned. You have to move. Ooh. What is going on there? Check, you move. I can also take. Let's say the king goes here. Yeah, this is what I need to think about. I can push by too, actually, as a way to keep things closed. Okay, hold on. Takes, check. King h2, sorry. King h2. No, there's no like crazy queen sacrifice, is there? I am seeing some really crazy stuff here, guys. But I'm just feeling like I should not let this queen come in. So I'm going to go here. It's a little bit slow, but I'm going to go there to try to get my bishop here, not allow the queen into my position. Of course, there's a random check here, but probably just move my king somewhere. And I really want to go bishop e4 and take this pawn. I was looking at some crazy lines. We'll have to check it afterwards with Stockfish. I was looking at some crazy lines where I take... If I would have gone bishop e4 instead, bishop e4, queen takes d6. Check, because the knight is pinned, okay? Let's say they move here. I was looking at queen g3 check. Takes. The king doesn't want to go back because my rook comes in. If you go here, the knight h4 check, and then you move, and then I take, and I come in with my rook, but it didn't. I don't think it worked, but that's what I was thinking. Okay, let's go here. Now this is a threat. Also defends my pawn nicely. So that's great. If they try to move their king, we just take and take, I think. Actually, wasn't I supposed to take this with my knight? Why did I not do that? Why did I not take this? Did I forget about that? I totally forgot I was going to do that. Oh, no, because bishop f4 is what I said. Yeah. Okay. I saw bishop f4. That's why I didn't do that. So I wanted to leave my knight to defend the pawn. That's why. Okay. I'm tired, guys. I'm tired. That's the problem. Good news is we are almost back on time. I think it's important that I know what to do here after this trade. Takes. If he takes me, check. Takes. No, we can't do that, right? Check. Oh, we can almost do that. Oh. So takes. Rook d1 might be a good move. Ooh. Let's go. I'm thinking queen here, rook d8. Check, we move. There's no more good checks. Okay, okay, now we're talking. Now we are talking. Because if I go here... Oh, takes. You can't go here because this amazing fork... Although the queen's going to be moved somewhere else. But if you go back, then check, you have to come up and checkmate. Oh, no, there's a bishop there. There's a bishop there. Also, he's doing this. Ooh. Let's go. Let's go. Tactics. I don't know if I'm going to be in a winning position, but that's a cool looking move. That is a really cool move. I don't know if it's going to get the brilliant from chess.com, but worth a shot. Am I right? Look at that. We actually get 2 pawns in the process of getting our queen back. Yeah, this is the one that unfortunately we can't really do anything about. Now, do I go check or do I go here? That is too bad. My position doesn't look that great anymore, does it? I guess we go check. I don't know. My knight is in a bit of a pickle here. Let's go here. I'm going to have to play king f7. So it's an even position somehow? 4 pawns against 4 pawns? Okay. Rook d1, king f7. Now I'm not pinned, so I can move my knight when it gets attacked. We're only down a minute. I think we can come back from that. I just need to not blunder. Work? Yeah, I probably should. The bishop's pretty good. When there's pawns on both sides of the board, usually the bishop's going to outperform the knight. So I think it makes sense to trade it. I think it makes sense to trade it and go into the rook ending. Then we try to flag them. I'm good at flagging people in rook endings, usually. Okay, we're going to come down somewhere. Let's see where. Ooh, let's see. Takes. Okay, I don't know if I should do it. That's tempting because I can blockade this perfectly. Yeah, that would have been interesting. Maybe I should have gone for that. Okay, so what do we need to do? This is the weak spot, right? Now we've got him. Thank you. Let's go here. Let's push this. Let's push this. Push this. We go here. Get the king in position to stop the pawn. Great. Then we're going to push. That's it. Push. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Let's go. All right. Let's see what the accuracy is. Let's see if it's pretty low, like I am expecting. Yeah. See? I'm happy with my 80. I'm happy with my 80. And I did not get a brilliant move. Wow, and we were totally losing for one move. What was this move? King f8? Wait, white has a winning move in this position? What is it, guys? White to play and win. What is the move? Oh, I think I see it. I think I see it. Do you guys see it? Rook G1. And I lose my knight. And it stops any shenanigans I was thinking of Queen G3. They missed it. Okay, so this was not a brilliant move because it wasn't actually the best move because Queen takes F4. The best move was taking and then just keeping this position. I guess this pawn is really strong. It stops their bishop. Their bishop is trapped. So keeping that dynamic was what I needed to do. By letting the bishop out, white's position got significantly better. Now, it was still okay for me, but... And then, let's see. Yeah, they just messed up. They forgot that this is now going to be lost. All I had to do was get away from this idea of back and forth, right? So I realized I could come this way. And then we take the pawn. Yeah, and whenever you have two connected pawns, they can't stop you. And this is a really good setup to remember. You put the pawns like this, and then you can always bring the rook up, and they never can take you because you'll get a queen. Now, it's a little bit different if their king is like in an ideal situation, like right in front of it, then you might not be able to do that. But if it's behind like this, you can always just come up, and then whenever you're ready, you just push, you push, and you push, and you just keep marching up the board like that. So that's why two connected passed pawns in a rook ending is usually like winning. Unless, they have a passed pawn that's going to become a queen or something. But in this case, my king is perfect position to stop it. Obviously, nothing's happening here. So yeah, just remember this pattern because that's a good one. And relatively common, I think. Okay. Let's go. Did we get our points back from the cheater yet? No, they played another game too. They beat someone else, 94 accuracy. Yeah. They're just farming 2400s right now. That's what they're doing. Okay, you know what I haven't played in a while, guys? The Tennison Gambit. Let's go. Tennison Gambit. We're going for the cheapo trick. We want him to take us. We're going to come back, and we want him to play h6. They knew what the trap was. Okay, well, we tried. The point is, if they play h6, we sack the knight. And when they take, we sack the bishop. And when they take, we get their queen. Unfortunately, at this level, most people know that. So there you go. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. I'm just going to castle. Game is going to go on. We're down a pawn, but it's not a huge deal. So we're going to develop the pieces. We're going to try to use the open files and basically say the fact that I'm down a pawn doesn't matter unless I trade all the pieces and go to an endgame, which I'm not going to do. So probably just rook e1. If they castle, let me think about this. I think I'm going to play knight e4. Okay, they didn't castle. I think I'm still going to play this move. Actually, but I'm going to do this knight now because I'm opening up the square for my bishop. I want to go bishop g5 and be annoying here. Take this way. Yeah, so that's probably smart. They weren't going to let me do that. Okay, well, now I'll take the bishop. So now we've got the bishop pair. Uh-huh. What if I sort of try to put some pressure here? Bishop f4 first, e5. Then we can jump in. We got an awful lot of pieces lined up here. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do, actually. Okay, let's work on our tactics. If they castle, what are we playing? Pause the video. If they castle, what are we playing? We have one clear move. What is it? Oh! Wow. There you go. That's the tactic, folks. That was weird. I guess they saw it now and they decided to just give me the... All right, well... So we got a rook. Of course, for those of you who didn't see it, if they take me, look at my queen. It's x-raying their queen. All we have to do is move our bishop with check. After they take our bishop, we take their queen for free. So instead, we got the exchange, we got the pawn, and now we're just winning. We have a winning position. So I will go here. I'll be happy to trade pieces and go into a winning endgame if that's what they want to do. If not, I brought my knight to a nice center square. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll make a trade. And that's... Let's see. They want to bring out their bishop. They're probably going to go here. I'm going to play bishop e4. So I'm threatening to make another trade. Also, if they go here, I'm probably going to jump in with my queen first with the check. Actually, no, I'll take first. Then I'll go check, and then I'll win a pawn. So when somebody is trying to finish developing, a lot of times you can kind of predict their next moves in a sense. Like, you know, they want to move their bishop out because they want to get these pieces into the game. You know they're not going to go here or here. They probably don't want to trade pieces. They're not going to go here. So by process of elimination, not the only, but like a very likely move is bishop e6. So I was thinking if they did go there, what move might be helpful to me? And it looks like this trade, and check would be good. So I was kind of paying attention to this square, and I wanted my bishop to be out of the way so I could take advantage of that. That's how I was thinking about it. Now, of course, they can come up with a different move, but I'm making their life difficult, right? Is that really a better move? I mean, maybe, but I don't know. So I'm thinking I'm just going to go here because I want to make way for my rook. Right? You always want to use all your pieces if possible. So you have to use the rook, but I mean, this isn't going to help me. I have to move the queen somewhere. Queen f3 actually makes sense too, because we do want to trade stuff. Both of these moves make sense. Yeah, actually, now that I'm looking at it, this looks pretty good. Because we have this, we have this. And because I'm up the exchange, going into the endgame is going to make my life pretty easy. Rook against the knight should be relatively straightforward. Okay, so they come in. I think we go ahead and trade the queens. And now let's see what we're going to do. Probably just c3. Let's see. Knight, 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 knight. No, okay, so that's fine. Almost never do you want to just leave a powerful knight sitting in the center like that. So if you have a pawn, then just push it and chase it away. That's going to be the smart thing. All right. Which piece of mine is not doing anything? You said this one. You are correct. So let's fix that. Everybody's involved. Okay. How do I get them more involved? I'm going to double up for now, and then I might trade this. I don't know. Let's first double up. and then we can think about it. My bishop's pretty good. That's why I'm not sure if I want to give up my bishop for that knight, because their bishop looks pretty bad. Mine looks pretty good. I feel like this actually just helps them. Now, the nice thing about doing that is it does allow my rook to invade, but they kind of did it for me there. Okay. Remember what I said earlier in the stream? Like if they attack my bishop, I like to just go where it's just controlling the knight. I'm going to follow that principle here. Let's see. Do I care about this? If I go there, they take that. I can actually come get the H pawn. Yeah, I think the H pawn is more valuable than the A pawn because I have a passed pawn now. And they do not. Remember, passed pawns are pawns that cannot be captured by other pawns or blocked by other pawns on the opposing side. So this is a passed pawn. If the H pawn is gone, this is not, because I can always take it. Okay, this one is different. This one, if they take this, now they're going to get this. Then they do have a passed pawn. Then their rook is involved. So this one I do have to respond to, and I think I'm just going to go here. Shuts down this, shuts down this. It does create a weakness on c3, but we can always push that forward if we have to and just get a nice pawn chain. Also, they don't have a way to attack it right now because you can't go here. They're trying to, but like I said, we do have c4 if we need it. So I think the smart thing here is just to go get this pawn on h6. And if they move their knight to attack me, I'll just push it. So there's b5, but then we can go here. Yeah, that's fine. So let's go here. We'll just trade a whole bunch of stuff, probably. And then at the end, when the dust settles, I get this pawn, and I have Mr. Harry over here to go get a queen for me. I'm going to take with the bishop because I want to force them to make another trade here. If they're going to win the pawn, they're going to have to trade another piece. Great. And so they get one pawn, but I get a pawn. And now I have a passed pawn, which is probably more valuable. Now, I have to be a little careful here because I have to decide what am I going to do. Am I going to defend that or not? So this actually might be an exception to the rule, guys. Ooh, I have another idea too. Oh, hold on. Okay, so normally I would say you don't want to babysit a pawn with your rook. This is kind of a key pawn because then they have a passed pawn I have to worry about. So I'm actually thinking about breaking the rule. I thought about pushing here, but then they just go here, and it's the same kind of deal. But then I was thinking, what if I go here and rook h3? Now, normally I don't like doubling up my pawns, but in this case, it's still a passed pawn. This would be very weak. I'd probably end up getting that, so I'd probably end up having to... Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change... I'm not going to go there and defend. I'm going to do this plan instead. Okay, this one, same thing. I'm going to bring this rook back and defend this way. That's why I thought they were going to go here, but they didn't do that. Yeah, the knight's going to try to come in, but I don't know if it can. I want to get this out of the way for the h-pawn, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here so that Harry can start to go. And let's just be a little careful. Let's see, I have a check if I want. I don't know if I want to give this pawn up. Maybe I will defend it. You know, maybe I should have gone rook e3 instead of c3. Maybe that was the move earlier. Anyway, let's play h4. Too late now. Let's go. What is their plan if I just push it again? Am I missing something here, guys? How are they going to stop this? Yeah, you can try that, but Rook h3 takes. The king actually does stop it, so I don't want to sack the rook. Okay, so let's come over this way. How about here? Okay, so hold on. Let's think about this. We can use a rook. We don't have to worry about back rank mate. It's not back rank mate. We just hide over here. So this rook is free to be used. So how about here? My plan is push, and when they take, I can actually take here. Although they do have king g6 or knight f6. If I sack first, the knight actually stops me. Okay, other plan could be to just take this pawn then. I guess they're going to go take this. No, they're... Why did they go there? Why did they go there? Check. I'm not getting mated, right? Takes... Can I play rook h3? This is what I want to find out. Rook h3, they take. I take check. They can try to catch me, but I'm too late. If they go here, I get checkmated. So I have to come back. They go there. They can sneak around. Nope, we don't do that. Okay. I don't want to lose on time. I do not want to lose on time. So let me go take this pawn. I don't think they can checkmate me, right? Even if they push this, I just leave it. I just leave it sit there. Let them take me, I take back. As long as I don't do something silly and let their king in, I don't think I'm getting mated. Although it does look pretty dangerous. Takes. The knight can come in here. I guess there could be some checkmate patterns, but I could always sack my rook at the right moment. And probably win with this guy. So, yeah, that should work. That should work. Sack this guy at the right moment. And then old Harry over here is going to win it for me. Okay. Actually, really interesting position. But I think I'll just take the pawn. I don't think I have to panic. Uh-huh. Let's go here. Now we're threatening to push this one. Almost looks like the king is kind of trapped. Like there could be some crazy checkmate ideas. But I think the simple thing, come here, pin this, get a queen. Or even just push it right away and win the knight. Also makes sense. Check, I go here. Okay, yeah, I think we just leave it, right? We just leave it. We don't panic. If they check me and I take, the king comes up, I would be able to get a queen. Could even just pin it right now. I mean, I don't know if it matters. I'll do this. Check, I go there. Takes, check. Yeah, I think we're good. I'm just being careful because if I get mated, that would be a very sad way to lose this game. But as far as I can tell, we're good. They have to give up their knight, I think. So let's pre-move this. And then we're just up a clean rook. I don't see anything. What's the idea? Now they take it? Okay. Interesting decision. Okay. I guess as long as we don't flag, we're going to win. So just move quickly. Okay. Wait, can I just take this, guys? Aha. Aha, the power of the pin. The power of the pin. There you go. I almost missed that one. I'm just going to move my king and then the rook. Yeah, and okay, they stopped that. I'm going to try to do like a ladder mate here. Actually, maybe the simplest thing is to just go behind and get a queen. That's the simplest thing. Oh my goodness. No, don't tell me this is going to happen. Don't tell me this is going to happen, guys. Are you kidding me right now? Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what just happened. They didn't even take my rook? I stopped playing because I thought they were going to take my rook. That's probably one of the worst throws I've had in a while. That one was really easy. That was not a hard game to win. That was not a hard game to win at all. Wow. I mean, we had the brilliant move. The game should have been over. Let me go ahead and update that before I forget about it. The game should have been over. I don't even know. I think I'm just having a bad day. So, okay, let's think about this. It's literally mate in 5. All I have to do is come down here. Don't know why it was so hard for me to think about that. Just do that and checkmate. The game is over. I didn't have enough time to calculate. No, this is easy. This is really easy. This is one for the history books. This might go down in history as the worst throw of my career, to be honest with you. There's so many. I don't even know. I didn't see this idea. I thought, okay, we finally have the setup. Just push the pawn. Oh my goodness. What can I say? A one game is not a one game until it's either checkmate or they resign. Wow. Now I have to play a game after that. I mean, we'll try to play the French. I'm still trying to play it. Nope. Okay. It's going to take me a few minutes to get over that last game. It's going to just take me a bit. I'm just trying to develop my pieces. Look for ways to attack the center here. Let's play c5. I don't know. They might be getting ready to Greek gift sacrifice me here. It's fine. I don't even care. They can do it. They're doing it. All right. Well, am I going to get mated or not? Let's see. Queen check, f5, en passant, king takes. Check. Is it fine for me? The other thing I could do is go back, let him go here, and then stack the knight back, and I think we're surviving that way with a pretty nice position. And then on queen g4, f5 takes, yeah, I think we're okay there. So it's really this queen e4 move that I'm concerned about. So f5 takes, the king takes. They have queen f3 check, but then we go here. Very complicated. I think I might just give back the piece and play that position. 3-6. Either that or we go for this one. f5 takes. King takes. Is there? Let's see. Knight here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm gonna do this one instead. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh no. I thought they were gonna go queen h5 right away, and I could play knight f6. Okay. You know what? I don't even care. It's fine. We're gonna sack the queen. We're gonna have 2 pieces for the queen. We're gonna win the game. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. We're gonna win. I have a feeling we're gonna win this one. We're gonna take back here. We're gonna have a knight and a bishop and 3-6. Yeah, it's a knight and a bishop for a queen. That's okay. This bishop is amazing. This bishop is worth a queen. We're gonna be fine. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Let's go here first. Can't do that. Is now the moment to push this? It might be. Actually, no, I could go here. Let's do that. B4. What? They're going to let me take the rook? They're going to trade a rook for a bishop? Okay. Well, there you go. We're back in the game. We are back in the game because now we have a rook and a knight for a queen, which is not so bad. It's not so bad at all. Let's see. Do I want to trade this bishop off or not? I think I do. And then we're going to put our rook on c4 to defend the pawn. And we're going to win. Just like I drew it up. What? If I take and they take, we have e5. But the question is, if they take here, what's happening? Ah, that's what they want to do, isn't it? Well, that is interesting. And if I go rook here, they just take with a pawn. I really wanted to keep this pawn alive. I'm gonna have to go back. I didn't see this move. Okay, we have to keep. This is a key pawn. You lose that pawn, and all of a sudden, I'm not sure what's going on. Let's go here. Be annoying. They're gonna give it to me? Okay. Thank you. I'll take that. Probably we're gonna have to control this file. We can't have a queen coming in. Yeah, see that? So let's go back. Oh, is that what they're doing? Uh-huh. I'm going to go here. I'm going to threaten this move. There you go. Now we're getting somewhere. Check. I can hide. Check. I can block. They take. I can take. It's getting interesting. It's getting interesting. Okay. Let's think about this. Here. If I can take this. So if I take, they take, we have bishop e5. If they take my bishop, do I have some tricks? I guess I have to go for it, don't I? This is a fork. I'm kind of in trouble, actually. Okay, I gotta go for this. Oh wait, that's good for me, right? They should have taken the other one. They should have taken the other one. The only problem is this pawn. That pawn is going to be a problem. Okay, I think the ideal situation is probably the rook behind it, right? So here and here. Yes. That is... If I defend with my king, what happens, guys? What happens? They push, I go there, they go there. No, that doesn't work for me. Man. Wait, do I have some crazy trick? Hold on, hold on. Here, there, there, there. No, it's too slow. Ugh. I think this is a draw. I think this is a draw. Because I think I'm going to sack my bishop for this queen. And then put my rook behind this pawn, and it's going to be a draw. Pretty sure. Because they're not going to be able to really do anything, as far as I can tell. As long as I just leave this setup, I don't think they can do anything. I think I can just like move back and forth all day long, like around these squares. And what are they going to do? But the way things have been going tonight, who knows? Who knows? The king can never move, so that's stuck. If they somehow push these, maybe there's a trick. Let's see. Yeah, this maybe could be dangerous. Actually, I don't know. Is it dangerous? Check there. I go here. I don't know if it's dangerous. Actually, maybe it is dangerous. Uh-oh. Not to mention, I'm about to lose on time. Nelson, you gotta move, dude. I just started seeing a bunch of stuff. Check, we go here. Man, I'm gonna lose on time, actually. Yep, this is what I wanted to avoid. I don't know, guys. Just one of those nights, I think. I shouldn't have let the Greek gift happen. I just sort of didn't care. Yeah, it's just losing. Just losing. We almost had a chance, like around here. Apparently d3 is the move. I gotta push this first. I let the queen in by taking that. That was my mistake. If I just push it, it can't come in. Taking this allowed them to come in, although it says rook c4? What? And now d3? Huh. Oh, you know why? Because the queen came back here. If your rook is on c4, it can't. Oh. So all I had to do was put my rook on this square instead of this square. That was the key. How about that? Yeah, losing that pawn is bad. You needed that pawn. I knew that. I just didn't see it. And then this was never a draw. Yeah. Okay. I thought it was a draw. I thought I had a fortress. There's a lot of cases where you can set up some position like this where they just can't do anything to you. But apparently this was not one of them. Okay, maybe just one last game. I don't think I can take too much more of this, guys. This is brutal. Let me see. What's my score? What's my score this stream? Loss. Wait, what am I even looking at? Is this right? Hold on. Okay. Got a couple wins, but still. Let's play King's Gambit. When in doubt, play King's Gambit. D5 is a good move. It's a pretty good move. We'll take it. We'll go with a... How about a check? Then I'll go back to just be annoying and defend my pawn. Okay, let's go with d4. Let our bishop out here. So this is pretty common in the King's Gambit where when they play d5 and you take, you end up with your pawn on d5, but they have their pawn on f4. And it's usually pretty good for black, I think, these positions. Because this pawn is really annoying for us. I'm going to try to defend here. This pawn is really annoying because we would love to just take it, right? But we can't easily do that with the bishop there. Maybe the queen can come over and we take it that way is what I'm thinking. Yeah, that makes sense now, especially with the bishop there. Let's get out of the pin and sneak over to h4. I like that. If they take, we take. This is covered by the queen, so there's no check. And if the bishop moves somewhere back, we can take here. h3 would force it to move. Also, bishop d3 threatens checkmate ideas. Not checkmate, but it's pretty good. We can get rid of the knight. It seems like we're behind in development, but the nice thing is these pawns are really strong, and it's kind of limiting what black can do in the center. We've got a lot of these key squares controlled. If we can get this bishop out of here, make this trade, and then develop our knight, we'll be in really good shape. Yeah, I'm going to force the issue with the bishop so we can take back here. It's not even so much that I want to win a pawn. It's more about opening up the diagonals in the files and getting the pieces out, right? We can't develop our bishop easily, so. Okay, we take. Now we have bishop f4. Whoa, that's why they wanted to go there? Because they wanted to play g5? Are you serious? Whoa. I don't know about that. Queen h6, there is a check with the rook. We can go rook f1 or king h2. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Rook f1, we don't lose a bishop. But if they actually take the bishop, we get the knight. So I don't know if that's so bad. Rook f1 if they take. I guess we could just take back with the king. So my big threat is this, right? That's my threat. How are they going to defend their knight? Let's see. Queen f5, we have bishop d3. Okay, I think we will. Really? Then they could go queen f5, and I'm in trouble. So maybe I should go king h2. Let him take this and take here. Because then I always have bishop d3 if they try to bring the queen there. G4. Do we care about g4? Whoa. King h2, g4. If I take the knight, check. Mate. That is incredible. And if I take, I get forked. Oh, I have to go back. I have to go back. Wow. Oh, I see a problem here, guys. Ooh. I see a problem. Queen f5, my queen is going to get trapped if I don't figure out something really quickly. Which way do I take this? Queen f5. Yeah, he wants to go here. I guess I'm going to have to do something like h4. I don't see any way other way out. I have to be able to move my queen somewhere, so I'm giving myself a square. And if they take, then we can take. If they push, I can still go there. There's no checks. F3 doesn't work because we take this. Yeah, this is probably the only move. Still don't know if I like my position, though. 94 looks nasty. I can go bishop d3, but then there's this check. 94 is a good move. I hope they don't play 94. If they do, Knight g4 is not as good because they don't defend their pawn. They messed up. Now I can take this. I think they messed up. Now my position might still not be great after rook e8, but at least now I think we can try to fight on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're up one pawn. They have a really good position after rook e8 though. Let's see. How do we get our pieces into the game? Knight a3. Knight d2 is not an option. Bishop d5, bishop f3 might be a good plan. Let's see, bishop e2 right away. I don't think I like that as much. Check, we take. They take. Yeah, I like getting the bishop on f3. Let's do that. So step number 1, get the bishop on f3 so we can get rid of this knight. Then we need to somehow get these pieces out so the rook can come over. If we can accomplish that, the endgame actually will be favorable for us because we'll have these 4 against 2 that we can push up the board. And their pawns are not going to do much over here. The question, though, is can we do that? Can we get these pieces out? Because right now we're essentially playing like down a bunch of pieces. So this is bad. This is really bad. But I don't see an obvious way for black to go through, so I'm hoping they don't see it either. Like, I don't know if they have to do some maneuver like this. But then I would probably play bishop here to stop the knight from going. I don't know. Okay, so they're going for a check. I think I will move my king here. I don't think they're going to take a draw, but they might be going for that. And if they are, am I going to let them? Let's see. If I do go king g1, what's the... Knight goes back. They're threatening here. We could stop that with bishop d2, but then the rook comes in. The other thing is they might just go here right away. I take, they take. That's a bad position. Probably should just take the draw. I mean, I think we're just getting obliterated if they... Let's see. Going up doesn't help me because they can still go there. So I either have to allow this. I didn't even talk about f3, by the way. Which also looks really good for them. Yeah, I know. We can't. We got to take the draw. I'm pretty sure it's going to say black was winning in that position. Fairly certain that's what Stockfish is going to say. No, it was a draw. Wow. Okay. But if I would have played any other move, I'm going to bet we were losing. Yeah. King G1 is just losing. Big time. Rook E1 check. We take. They take here, and I can't move. Can't move anything. So let's see. Unfortunately, knight g5 was the move. Knight g5 was the move. So we attack this. They defend. And now we can take back because our rook is involved. And now this is what I wanted. My knight can come out, my rook can come over, and I'm very happy. So knight g5, not allowing them to trade was the idea. Wait, what? Bishop takes f1 is the only move for me. Taking with the king was actually a huge mistake. And the reason is because... Oh, yeah, 94. Remember I said they should have played 94? Yeah, that's why. They didn't play the best one. 94 is a killer because now they're coming to g3 and I can't stop them and I can't take this. And I'm just done. No, not there. They're going to play bishop f8. Oh, it's because my queen is still trapped. Oh, I can't go here because knight g3 wins my queen. I can't take the bishop because it's defended. I can't take this because it's defended. And so this move actually didn't help me, even though I can take here. Then f3 is winning. So if I don't take here, my queen gets trapped with bishop f8. If I do take here, I am now losing because after f3, I guess there's just no way to stop this attack on my king, which makes sense. There's a knight, there's a queen, there's a pawn, there's a bishop. I have nothing. I have absolutely nothing. Wow. So they missed it. They played knight g4, which let me off the hook. Still a good position for them, roughly. Actually, I had to play knight d2 right now, and I could survive. I didn't think I should let him do this, but apparently that's the way. Okay, guys. I think I'm just losing all my points. I think I should stop. This is just not a good night for chess for me. One more. You guys like watching me lose? Is that what it is? We started at 24-47. I lost 41 points in less than 3 hours. You know how hard it's going to be to get those 41 points back at this rating level? It's going to take me like a month. What I lost in 3 hours is going to take like a month. I'm not even exaggerating. Maybe longer. No, I got to stop. I'm kind of tired, and I think it's affecting my ability to not make blunders. Thank you guys. I hope you have a good night, and we'll be back next time. Hopefully, get some of those points back. Saturday Night Rice. Yeah, you know, it's funny. That usually kind of gets in my head when I play a cheater, so that's probably part of it too. They haven't been banned yet, but it's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. 1,000 rated blitz player plays 95 accuracy and rapid every game. We know it's going to happen. All right, guys. See you next time. Stay sharp. Play smart.